In today's video, I'll be going over the brand new Death Perception perk that just got announced by Treyarch, and I'll be trying to explain to you how this could potentially work in the game, how it could be used effectively in the game itself, how it could potentially be the actual double tap perk that Treyarch just doesn't want to give us, and also on top of this, we'll be covering the leaked tiers that have come out. I have to take these with a grain of salt because you never know about leaks. They always, don't come true, where leakers found the Dark Aether jingles for both double tap, PhD, and Mule Kick, and unfortunately either PhD or double tap have been abandoned and most likely are not going to be releasing. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe as that does really help out. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers and we're nearly halfway there to 26,000. So if you're looking forward to any reviews, any guides or anything like that, especially with season 5, be sure to subscribe. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And also be sure to drop a like in the video. Can we aim for 150 likes on this one? That would be pretty epic if we could do that. So the first thing I need to cover is explain what Death Perception is. This perk was first introduced in Black Ops 4 and I'll be honest, it was probably one of the last ones I ever expected to see a return of. If anything, I would have expected Death Perception to be a perk that is combined with, let's say, double tap itself, but Treyarch has decided to introduce Death Perception itself. So as a base, this perk is said to do in Cold War what it also did in Black Ops 4, and that is basically outline zombies around your area with like this kind of orangey thermal effect if they do bring it from Black Ops 4. Now in my opinion, this is very pointless, and I think this perk will be definitely 100% only useful on Outbreak mostly. I'm not saying you can't hop into a round-based map and use this, I definitely will, but I feel like on Outbreak, since there's less zombies around your area, especially in like, let's say, holdout rounds, this will probably be a very useful perk to use. So that's one of the main things that I feel like, without going into the tiers, it will be mostly used for Outbreak high rounding, Outbreak Easter egg, and Outbreak different stuff. But with the skill tiers, it does get a bit interesting, and a bit of double tap is implemented into this, because on Black Ops 4, Death Perception, if you had it in a special spot on your perks, you're basically able to choose. If you never played Black Ops 4, you're able to choose. You either have it in your tonic section or I don't know, the other sections, but basically once you put it into a special spot, it allowed you to deal more damage on special zombies' weak points. Now the thing with this, in a way, Deadshot Daiquiri, the perk that we already have, has kind of double tap implemented into it, or at least it does the same thing that Death Perception kind of did. It does increase damage on critical locations, but only by 10%. And I know this is a very small thing. I just wanted to mention this just to get it out of the way. So Deadshot, in a way, has some of Death Perception's things in its skills. Before I fully get into the leaked tiers, again, I need to clarify, take these with a grain of salt. I know that there will be people that will already be claiming that these are the official tiers. We won't have these tiers most likely until next week, just before the season drops, if they're gonna do it similar to, let's say, the way they did it with Mule Kick, where the leaked tiers for Mule Kick actually came true, but they didn't announce the official tiers until I think it was like 1 or even 2 days before the actual release of Mauer Totem with Mule Kick. But without further ado, let's get into the actual tiers, and I'll quickly try to explain them as best as I can. So I do not claim also these tiers themselves. These were leaked or were shown by Dead Modern Warfare 2 Ghost on Twitter. I will have it linked down in the description. But basically, tier 1, it says that the minimap update rate increases. So by this, I feel like it might mean that it'll be like a faster UAV. Now I'm not 100% sure if I'm reading into this correctly. So you will be able to see zombies around your area faster, which I guess is in a way useful, because sometimes I find myself kind of relying on seeing where the zombies are, and it does occasionally take a little bit of time. Even on Mauer Totem, let's say you're trying to figure out where the zombies are around your area, this would be helpful. But then again, I think this perk will 100% be more useful on Outbreak because of these next upgrades. So tier 2 is enemies give danger indicators when behind the player. So I know this is probably a terrible comparison, but the only thing I can think of is, for example, if you're playing Fortnite, I know Fortnite of all things to be comparing it to, there is a setting that you can basically see sound. So this is for people that can't hear or have very difficult hearing, or even for myself, let's say whenever I hop onto Fortnite, I used to run this setting a lot because it just kind of visualized where certain things are, and I feel like this could potentially be the way this could show where the zombies are. It could just make your screen glow in some kind of way, or it should just show like a little red side thingy on your screen, which would just notify that a zombie is behind you. And I think this is definitely useless. I don't find myself struggling with zombies being behind me. If anything, I usually prefer them for them to be behind me because I'm training them or different situations like that. So that's why I'm also kind of like, fingers crossed these aren't 100% true. Now moving on to tier 3, it says that gain 20% more looted salvage. Now this seems pretty interesting because if you don't know, on Mauer der Toten, the salvage drop rate or the amount of salvage that drops on Mauer der Toten is kind of insane. And I hopped onto Outbreak, I hopped onto different maps, and it doesn't seem to be the same as it is on Mauer. So I don't know if on Mauer der Toten now you're just gonna have an insane amount of salvage on top of the attachment like the Ember Sighting Point or the Tiger Team Spotlight, which increase salvage drop rate. This will be very interesting. I don't know if this means that if you pick up the salvage it'll just give you more, or if this means that the zombies will be dropping more stuff. We're still gonna have to wait for Treyarch to fully explain this. Moving on to tier 4, it says that it increase armor penetration damage by 10%. So this is where I feel like Treyarch is going out of their way and being like, this is double tap. So instead of actually increasing our weapons fire rate, instead of increasing our weapons damage, which they clearly do not want to do, they basically allow you to deal more damage on, let's say, the armored zombies. Or one thing that this will be extremely useful for, and I will definitely be making a video on it, the Legion boss fight. If you don't know, the Legion boss fight has specific armor that you have to destroy, and obviously if you use specific weapons that take him down fast, with the combination of this increased armor penetration damage by 10%, it might only be 10%, but that will make such a big difference. And on top of all of this, on Mauer der Toten, the Valentina boss fight, the first bubble stage, I'm pretty sure that's also in a way classified as a shield or armor, so you'll be basically able to get through those way faster, to complete those boss fights easier, and again, just faster. So that's a pretty cool one, and if anything, I hope they stick through with it. Now tier 5 says nearby chests, resources, and item drops are key lined through walls. Basically, if you don't know what the perk Vulture Raid is from Black Ops 2, we talked about it a bunch of times for Mule Kick and even different perks, because I feel like that perk can be combined into different ones. This was one of its abilities. You were basically able to see through walls, not zombies, but you were able to see specific things like the box itself, which you could argue that this will be very useless on a zombie round-based map, but on Outbreak, you know, when you're looking around, I don't know what range this will have, because if it'll have insanely far range where you can see basically as far as possible, this will be broken. But to be able to see, let's say, a grenade through a wall, or maybe you missed a stim shot, or for example, as it says, nearby chests. So for example, if you're going to be going for the trials on Outbreak to, let's say, get a higher rarity of a weapon, or maybe more salvage, you'll be able to see those chests, that there's a specific trial to open up as many chests as possible to collect salvage. Basically, this is most likely the perk that is solely for Outbreak, and it's a shame that we didn't see it before Mule Kick, because this could have been introduced easily back in like April or even May, just before the Outbreak Easter egg, or even with the Outbreak Easter egg. I think they delayed it for far too long, and moving on to season 5 and then season 6, another perk, and hopefully the round-based map, which is the finale DLC 4, it's just a bit overwhelming, and I feel like some fans, including me, are kind of disappointed that we didn't see any other perk. Like, I'm not even complaining that it's not double tap. I'm just upset that it's Death Perception. Such a weird perk, but it's okay. At least new content. We can't always get what we always want, so I'm okay with it. Definitely excited for it. Looking forward to how it's gonna work. And once again, these tiers could change anytime, but if they don't, well, these are them, and I will be again probably covering them in a video better explained. Thank you so much for watching. If you did subscribe, if this did help you out in any way, and also be sure to comment down below if you're excited for Death Perception. I'm really curious what you guys think, and especially with these leaked tiers. Without further ado, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.